The sharp folds of the autoclave paper caught and held Renee's attention as she unloaded the cart and tucked the sterilized packages in cupboards and on shelves. August's wrapping technique was both familiar and unique, the tape softly discolored from the heat and moisture. He'd made little drawings of what was inside, since he couldn't reliably read English, and his written word was indecipherable to her. They'd been sharing space for only a day, and yet the lab felt empty without him. Finding that Pixie and his belongings had clearly upset him, and he had decided to spend the morning developing a better protocol for incoming goods. His absence had left an unexpected hole in her day. Jackson was off-site looking for Gorman, and with August busy, she had skipped lunch. Sitting at the end of the table trying to avoid Yasmin, Hancock, and Monroe was not worth a chicken club sandwich, no matter how good it was. Hence me organizing my office, she whispered as she rolled the empty cart back into the autoclave. A stray wad of tape caught, ripping from her in an obvious sound. But when she went to throw it away, she hesitated at the wadded-up purple and red-smeared paper towel still in the trash can. The urge to pull it out and inspect it washed through her. It was a pixie, for God's sake. A real pixie. And he had squashed it and thrown it away, except for the wings, which he ate. Gross, she whispered, her head jerking up at the knuckle knock at her door. She warmed, disconcerted, as she saw Vaughn, his dark eyebrows high and a faint, curious smile on his face for having surprised her. "Hey, hi," she said as she rocked away from the trash can and went to needlessly tap a stack of papers on her desk even. "I didn't expect to see you today." "Dr. Caisson?" The slim man rolled the sucker between his teeth. "Got 45 minutes? I never should have said I was going to pin this on Taylor." Her shoulders slumped. "I thought you said it would be at the most embarrassing time you could find." He smiled toothily at her. "You look embarrassed." Her glance went to the trash can. "August..." "Never mind," she said, then set the tidied papers on the desk. If she didn't do this now, he'd find a worse time that she could be spending with Jackson or August. "Let me get my phone," she added as she plucked it from the charging pad and tucked it in a back pocket. "Are you doing this at your office?" she said, almost pushing him into the hall and locking the door behind her. No way was she going to invite him in. He'd psychoanalyze her knickknacks. Vaughn's brow furrowed as he gazed at her closed door. "With the couch and chair and the box of tissues on the table?" he said. "I'd rather not. My office isn't that big." He started down the hall, his pace slow, in thought. How about the coffee shop?" he suggested as he shifted his sucker to the other side of his mouth. "We could chat over a latte." Her stomach rumbled. "Nah, let's just find a quiet corner." "Sure." But as they made their way through the busy halls, finding a quiet corner began to look impossible. Everyone was moving with a jerky quickness, their words terse as they gathered in tight knots. Even the laughter seemed forced. The entire feeling of the installation shifted when Jackson had left with his chosen eight this morning in search of Gorman. Even the ever-amused Vaughn was different, still wearing the hesitant worry he had when Taylor had tried to crash Jackson's apology. Focus blurring, Renee's thoughts touched on that patterned ring Vaughn had worn the first time they'd met. She hadn't seen it since, but by God, it had looked like August's prized leaf.